bunch of good kids that did a nice job getting a win today. It was a good game, but obviously, as we said in our locker room, we can be even better, and we understand that. The good was I thought our young people played extremely well for their first time out there, including the two men to the right of me with JT and Amon-Ra, but other kids, also kids that had been developed, that were developing. Trayvon Sidney, I thought, had a wonderful game today. Been waiting for that opportunity. Did a wonderful job. You saw Velus Jones make some plays for us out there. I thought our youth really developed and did a nice job. Was really hoping to get that three-headed monster going, and I thought the backs did a great job. The maturity they had, the physical running style, securing the ball was phenomenal. I thought the pass rush by our defense, 5 sacks on the day. I think that a lot was because we played a lot of people, as you saw. We rolled as often as we possibly could to get kids in and keep our line fresh, and they got to the quarterback. Thought that, early in the season we were going to have great special teams, and I thought the two kickers, with Chase going 5 for 5 when we were having trouble getting it in the red zone, and then Alex Stadhouse, man, comes out there for his first game as a true freshman and kicks about every one touchbacks on kickoff. So that was a wonderful job. The last thing that I thought was really good, when we came into this game, you did not know what you were going to get defensively because of a new coordinator that had not been a coordinator for a long time. And we talked about that we were going to have to make adjustments, see what they're in, and make the adjustments at halftime to really be able to put points on the board and hopefully be more successful. And I thought T did a really nice job of that, of coming in and saying, okay, this is what they're doing, let's make that adjustment, and it opened things up in the second half, especially in the run game. The things that I thought we need to improve on is making our plays. I was proud of the quarterback today for giving the receivers the opportunity to make plays. And those guys are supermen, and they'll tell you they expect to make all of them. And we know we can do better bringing the ball down. We need to limit explosive plays on defense. I thought that if you get rid of the run and the 4 verts, the one big 71-yard run and the 4 vert pass about the 30-yard line, you're sitting there and you create even more separation. And lastly, I thought the punt and the punt return game need to step up more to be able to provide field position and not get a fake on them. So good game, good win, 1-0 on the week, but we've got a lot to fix before we get to Stanford next week. With that, we'll take any questions you have.
Coach, can you talk to us about your secondary? I thought they played pretty well today.
Yeah, I was very proud of them, and as you saw there, we basically split time between Greg and Isaiah to keep them fresh, and I thought they did a great job. And even 4 went out there. Elijah Griffin spells Biggie, and he acted like he'd been out there his whole life. I know he's going to be sick to death that he didn't pick that ball off late, but he did a great job going in, and that's what we're hoping for, is to have a 2 deep that can roll and be able to keep us fresh. Also proud of the 2 safeties that played a lot of ball today, in Marvell and Isaiah, and C.J. Pollard and Talanoa coming in to help out.
Five field goals. Is that the good news or the bad news?
That's the bad news. That's called not putting the ball in the end zone. What I had said early, early in this season, I felt like we had to play great defense. I thought we had to play great special teams while our offense grew up. And I thought the kicker did a wonderful job. That's 15 points, but as we know, we'll look at it as that was 5 opportunities not to get a touchdown. So that is a negative in my mind.
JT, where did you find your groove? At what point did you find your groove that led you to throwing your first touchdown?
Just throughout the game, it was kind of continuous, I guess. You take your first snap in a whole new ball game. It's a lot different than you're used to, but I guess as the game went on, finding completions, Coach T putting together a lot of, more quick game, a lot of RPOs really helped me sort of come into myself. And, just as the game went on, I think I just continued to get a little more comfortable and a little more comfortable.
Coach, it was a slow start in the beginning. Can you, with your assessment, what was your assessment of the team and why they weren't able to get a sync early?
Well, I know that anytime you got new players and you're trying to develop a chemistry, and and you hope that that chemistry comes quicker, but you look up at the end of the day and you have over 500 yards and over 40 points. You want to be able to get that chemistry a little bit sooner. The thing I'm really happy about is that game could have gone a different way if we didn't play clean football. No turnovers, only 4 penalties for 38 yards. So when you're not in chemistry, don't add fuel to the fire. You know, and the kids just stayed patient. They didn't make mistakes. They didn't make the critical errors. They played nice, sound football and just let it come to them. And then all of a sudden things started breaking open a little bit, and then you look up and you have a 500-yard day and over 40 points.
Amon-Ra, in that first touchdown reception, how much more special is it knowing it came from that guy to your left?
I mean, it was nice to get my first touchdown catch in the Coliseum, first college game. But I don't think it would have been it would have been just as special as if it was from Matt Fink, Jack Sears, JT Daniels. I mean, all great quarterbacks, but it was special for me to get my first touchdown in the Coliseum.
Coach,
JT,
did you
JT,
talk
can
to
you
him?
kinda
Did
walk
you
us
tell him
through-
you're open? Did you help him warm you up? Talk to him about that the communication. The JT started off 0 for 2, I think, and then his first 3 passes were to you. Were there some conversation before that?
Not really. There wasn't much conversation. I was rotating with Michael, and then it was my time to go up. So a couple great plays called. Tried to get open. He got me the ball and tried to do the best I can with the ball.
Let's go Kyle then Adam.
JT, can you kind of just walk us through taking the field for the first time and kind of, I guess, taking it all in and just kind of realizing that dream, I guess?
Yeah, it's goosebumps. You know, we're running out there and seeing the whole stadium. You know, all these fans, and you're running out there with all your teammates. It's hard to put in words what it's like to run out there and hear everybody cheering for you and rooting you on. For my first time in the Coliseum, it was really magical.
Coach, I was wondering, what is something that you were maybe really curious about or even unsure about coming into the game, and how do you guys fare in that way?
I always like to see the eyes of young players and see the eyes give you away, whether you're ready for the moment or not ready for the moment. And it was really neat to see a lot of young people ready for this moment, and guys that had been redshirted ready for this moment that stepped up. I think about these two. I think about Trayvon Sidney. I think about Marlon. I think about how about Brett Nealon walking in there and being the starting center as a redshirt freshman, and the job that he did today. To be able to see their eyes and be able to say, man, these kids are ready. You never know until you put them in for the first time. That's where I was the most proud, is we had done a lot of work to prepare those kids, and they were the ones that looked very, very comfortable, and very proud of our youth.
Clay, what was the thinking process of putting in Matt Fink in the red zone for the one play?
Like I said earlier in the week, we were going to use Matt and have a design package for him each and every week. The ability to use his athleticism is something that we put in, and something that we'll continue to carry to have a wrinkle in. As good as JT played today, it's also great, as Amon-Ra said, to have other quarterbacks that can do the job too. I was proud of Matt for going in there at the end and really controlling a great 4-minute offense there at the end. But we'll use that. We'll use that from time to time in the season.
Porter, I know it was difficult for you not to be practicing with your teammates and whatnot, but how refreshing was it for you to actually be in game action and actually have an impact on the game?
Yeah, it's very refreshing. I mean, it's been a long time since I was able to play in a game, and going through spring ball and then coming back and getting hurt, in fall camp, and then not knowing if I was going to be able to play today and being able to, heal quickly and get back out there. So it was great. I'm just blessed to be able to play with my brothers out there again in the Coliseum. So I'm happy.
JT, I know Amon-Ra, you were asked this question. How fitting was it that you caught the first touchdown from JT, and you guys have played since your young Buck days? I mean, really, really early. JT, what was that like to get your first touchdown in the Coliseum into Amon-Ra St.Brown?
It feels really good to have my first touchdown, under my belt, and have my first game be a first win. Really good controlled game by the defense, special teams, the run game, and the pass game came along. First one being Amon is really cool. It's cool to say, but at the end of the day, it's a touchdown and it's a win for the Trojans.
And I saw your dad on the way to the game, and I asked, yeah, I know. I asked him how you were doing, and he said JT is JT. What do you think he means by that?
He means I don't text him back that often.
Clay, you talked about looking into the young guy's eyes. JT talked about kind of the goosebumps. Did you make a point after that first series to go back and look in his eyes, make sure he was what you thought?
No, it was the first snap. I mean, literally, when you literally bring a ball up and say, this is the first play we can run, you literally can tell. They're either that big or they're like, all right, let's roll. It's just like practice. It felt just like practice with these two and a lot of others. So I think we're a more mature team than I thought, to be honest with you, coming in. I thought the kids, even though there's a lot of corrections to be made, they played a mature ball game today. We're limiting turnovers, limiting penalties, letting the game come to them, playing pretty good special teams areas that we need to fix, but they did a nice job today.
One last one, Daryl. Corey, your game early on seemed to galvanize the defense. What is it about Clancy's defense that seems to resonate well with your game?
He just knows how to attack the offense and where to attack them from. So, that's something that's really great. It puts me in good position to be able to make plays and may have an impact. And, that's exactly what he did.
And we'll let you finish.
Quick verdict on the offensive line. What did you see?
I'm gonna have to look at the tape, but I thought from a protection standpoint, it was pretty good to have over, 100-yard rusher, have 3 backs that have over 200 yards. They got more opportunities in the run game in the second half. Once we diagnosed what the front was, what the movements was, what the coverages were going to be, we leaned on them, and I thought they had a really good second half. I look forward to watching the tape, and I can give you more judgment Tuesday, but walking out of there, just when you had that type of rushing attack, especially ending ball game, and you kept the quarterback upright for the most part, pretty good start.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.